Hello, I'm Bill Farrell.
And I'm Pam Farrell.
LoveNotes is your personal journey into your love relationship with one another.
We've been helping couples for decades now, and we've discovered several skills that really make love work.
And we want to help you be good at those skills.
You got married or you're getting married because you love each other.
And you love the way you interrupted each other's lives.
And you love the way you feel when you're around each other.
You are powerfully influenced by one another.
We know the better you like your relationship,
the better you will like your life.
LoveNotes is an interactive experience to help you learn 4 of these important skills for love.
The L stands for look ahead, because there are a lot of decisions you need to make together.
And the O stands for open your heart, because love thrives on trust.
The V stands for value your differences, because you married somebody who, has what you don't have.
And the E stands for energize your marriage, because life and love are just easier when you're feeling strong.
And everything you need for this journey is either in your kit or will be provided by your facilitator.
Your LoveNotes kit includes 4 decks of conversation cards, so you'll have plenty to talk about that's interesting when you go out on dates with each other.
Each card contains a conversation starter to help you talk about the things that make love grow.
Your kit also includes a memo pad for each of you, so you can leave short love notes to each other anytime you feel like it.
Also included are greeting cards that go along with each session.
You also can write longer love notes this way based upon what you're learning on this journey together.
And we want you to know, this is your journey into what makes your love so special.
So as we get started, take time now to thank your facilitator.
In this first session, we're going to help you look ahead.
Because your life is filled with decisions.
The better you are at making decisions together, the better you will enjoy this journey we call marriage.
For each session, your facilitator will give you listener sheets as well as a number of worksheets to help you practice these skills that you'll be learning.
Take a look at the listener sheet for session 1. You will notice there are fill-in blanks for you to write down answers. The reason for that is to increase your learning experience. Studies have shown that you will remember twice as much of what you hear and write down than you will if you'd simply hear it.
And the information for these fill-ins will appear clearly on the screen.
We therefore encourage you to fill out your listener sheet as we go and take notes of any other thoughts that stand out to you during each presentation.
Now let's get started.
Welcome to your marriage.
There's never been a couple like you.
And there will never be a couple exactly like you ever again.
And as a couple, you're going to face some important decisions that are best made together.
These decisions will set the course of your life, and they will determine the quality of your relationship with one another.
And couples who consistently look ahead to determine those decisions have a more successful and secure relationship.
Because there are some decisions that are vital in determining your marital satisfaction.
And when you're skilled at making these decisions together, your sense of satisfaction is going to rise.
And when you're awkward, however, at these same decisions, your sense of satisfaction drops.
So today we're going to look at some of these key decisions. Decision 1 is, how are we going to respond to our families of origin?
Family is an important issue for all of us because we're all emotional about our families.
Your family helped you become who you are today.
And as a result, family is important. And you will do best as a couple if you discover a way to honor your family.
When you get married, however, you start a new family.
Each of us, therefore, must determine how we're going to continue the traditions of the families we grew up in and how we are going to make improvements in our relationships to honor our family legacy. I remember when Pam and I went through this exercise, it was one of the most important things you and I ever did. Because I realized in my family, my dad set an example of finding a career that you absolutely love. And it gave me an instinct for looking for work that I would thoroughly enjoy.
And you found it.
And it's been a great gift to our family system. And the other thing I really appreciate about my family is that both of my parents had this simple sense of integrity. If my parents said they would do it, they did it. When my parents said they would be married for life, they meant it. And that simple sense of doing what we commit to do has also been very valuable for us.
I know I appreciate that you are faithful and committed. And one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I kept from my family of origin was a great work ethic. Both my mom and my dad have amazing work ethic, as do both my grandparents. And I wanted to make sure that we had that same kind of work ethic too.
In fact, there's times I'd like to slow you down a little bit.
No, it served us well.
It's been a good thing for
especially
our
for
family.
a career. Yeah. And our kids have great work ethic now too because of it, which is great, because they're leaders with a strong work ethic. My mom also, her mothering skills was another thing that I wanted to make sure that I kept as a good mom. She was very involved, very emotionally connected, and so I wanted to make sure that as a mom I was involved and I was connected and really knew my kids.
And I noticed when we got married, you had much stronger parenting instincts than I did, and that's because of the example of your mom. There were, however, many decisions made in my home that were done out of fear. My mom was afraid of most things in life, and so a lot of our choices were made because of what we were afraid of. And that was especially important in the area of leadership because, well, my brother, my sister, and I, we all loved leadership.
Right.
But my parents didn't. And so they never learned how to raise leaders. And so as an adult, I needed to read books and gain mentors in my life to help me learn how to lead. And that's become an important part of our family because all of our sons are leaders also.
Because that's what we wanted for them. And so we made sure that we became good leaders first. One of the things I wanted to improve upon in my family of origin was my dad was an alcoholic, and so there was severe rage issues, a lot of domestic violence, a lot of yelling and screaming. And I wanted to make sure that that didn't happen in our home. So, I mean, I chose not to drink. That was step one. But step two was if I felt my anger rising, instead of lashing out and escalating, I would reach over and hold the face of my sweet son and just whisper instead. And it helped them obey better, but it helped me obey better too because it calmed me down.
Which I thought was brilliant. That when you would normally get angry with the kids because of how you grew up, you chose to whisper to them instead.
It worked.
It worked very effectively. And as a result, our family has continued to improve and has added to the legacy that we grew up around.
It has. To help you with this process, let's take time right now to work through the Family of Origin worksheet.
Write down together some of the traits you want to keep from the family that you grew up in. Because all of our families have some very positive traits that ought to be carried on to the next generation. Your worksheet has a number of categories for you to talk through of areas that you want to hold on to.
Like family traditions that you want to keep.
Decision-making authority. Who gets to say yes or no to decisions for your family?
Roles for a husband or a wife.
Parenting techniques.
Expectations.
Ways of communicating and
ways of expressing affection.
You will then want to talk through traits that you want to improve upon. One of the best ways to honor your family is to grow in areas of your life as a couple. So take a few minutes right now and get started on your worksheet.
My husband sends me to work every day, and we would kiss each other on the cheek before I alight at work.
And we do that before we go to bed, most of the time.
Yes, if we don't doze off while putting our kids to sleep. Our families get together quite often, and although we do hug each other briefly at times when they're around, of course we don't do it that often.
Yes, especially when we're helping out in a big gathering. So whenever she's around, I will take her hand and squeeze 1, 2, 3, just to express that I love her.
It makes me feel happy, and I've started to do the same at times.
Sometimes she surprised me with a secret date.
I will actually arrange a time for us to go on a date, as we may have been busy and did not spend much time together.
That makes me feel happy because I know she still miss spending time with me, although we see each other every day.